What's up, guys? I'm finally done with these engine mounts. It was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. Definitely didn't give it enough credit for the challenge that it would be. But so if you're thinking about doing this yourself, I definitely recommend just go ahead and get an extra set of hands, especially for the transmission side. That there's a wire loom for the ECU over there, and it was really challenging to try to work around it. You're probably going to need a set of swivel sockets. I was using wobble sockets, and I did get the job done, but I really wish I would have had a swivel set, but they didn't have them at Home Depot, so you will probably have to order them. But I have not started the car yet, so I'm going to go ahead and double check the motor, make sure everything was put back, all the, I picked up everything, reconnected everything correctly before I started up. Then we're going to hop in the car. I'm going to do some acceleration with the IMS 710 and give you my feedback on the 034 StreetSport engine and transmission mounts. So I will be right back. All right, guys, so here we are, the moment of truth. I am nervous and excited. I hope that it's not insane with vibration, but I'm going to give you my honest to God opinion. Keep in mind everybody's tolerance to NVH is going to be different, and every car is going to be a little bit different. I recommended the ECE motor mount to a lot of people, and I got feedback from some people that they felt it was almost unbearable. So I don't know if every car has some minor differences or if it's just the people, but I will do my best to give you the absolute truth as I see it. And so here we go. X-band, K-band, K-A-band. So idle is... There's definitely more vibration, but it is not anything that bothers me at all. I haven't been in a track car or a race car, nothing like George's or Josh Pelkman or Hank's. I'm sure those things vibrate like crazy. When I fired this up, it does not feel like if I was to be a passenger in this car, I'd be bugging out, connected, trying to figure out why there's so much vibration. It feels pretty natural. Definitely a little bit more than was before. As soon as you start it up, there's like quite a bit of vibration, and then now that I'm idling at 1000, it's just barely more than what was already there with the ECE mount. So let's go ahead and give it a drive. I'm probably gonna do a launch as well. It's dark outside, so I apologize about the light. Definitely feels a lot more like a race car, that's for sure. Alright guys, sorry about that. I wanted to drive around a little bit, get a little bit more feel for the car and figure out what I like, what I don't like. And so I've been switching back and forth from drive to dynamic or sport mode, and I want to say they made these as comfortable as they could for being a billet mount. Is there NVH? Definitely. It doesn't bother me for the most part. I know I'm going to get used to it more. It's obviously less comfortable than the stock mounts. I mean, let's get your expectations right away. These are still billet mounts. Is the vibration that bad? No, honestly, it really isn't. The only time that I really notice it is when I'm decelerating. It feels like maybe the steering wheel is just barely vibrating. That was not there before. And at idle is a little bit more, but when you're actually on the accelerator, I don't feel any more acceleration than I felt before. It's definitely going to take me a couple days to get used to it, but my first impressions are, I think that they did a really good job on making these more comfortable. I didn't have an opportunity to get on the track sport mounts, but these are good. They definitely feel good. I'm very happy so far. I'm gonna do some launches, and I'll tell you a little bit about why I bought these reason is because, yeah, I'm not like doing drag racing all the time. I've probably only launched the car like maybe 10 or 15 times, but I did feel wheel hop a couple times, and that's even with the dog bone mount from ECE. And that's not to say anything bad about that mount. I think that that's a fantastic mount. Also 034 has one too. It made my shifting very smooth, but you know, the motor's still resting on those two other mounts, and especially the transmission mount has a ton of play in it. So I think that's probably where a lot of the vibration is coming from, and I can tell I'm already actually either the mounts are breaking in or I'm getting used to them, because it barely feels like more vibration than stock. I'm definitely impressed. After about 5 minutes, 10 minutes of driving around with it, I barely notice it. So I do think that some people are going to miss the comfortable car that they had before, where it didn't vibrate at all or barely at all. It's definitely more noticeable, especially on deceleration. But with that being said, it's not bad at all. In fact, I did a couple watt pulls just a second ago, and the car feels better than ever. When you're ripping on it, it feels absolutely amazing. Actually, if I'm on the throttle at all, the car feels basically exactly as it did before. Again, I have just a little bit of vibration from the steering column, but I would imagine after about a day of driving it, you're not even going to notice it anymore. So overall, I'm definitely really happy with the results that I've gotten so far. I'm going to do a launch or two and get some acceleration videos, but yeah, they definitely delivered on these mounts. I mean, at the end of the day, they are billet mounts, and they are going to have MVH. So if you're looking for something that's going to feel exactly like stock, this is definitely not the product for you. You know, I'm sure that there'll be something else that can come along for you. You can stick with just a dog bone. You can stick with just a dog bone, you know, and take your chances there. If you're going to be launching and drag racing a lot, I would personally recommend go ahead and sucking it up and dealing with the very small amount of vibration that these are going to give you. I can't really imagine it getting a whole lot better than this, and also having the performance that these are going to give you. So I have not tried any other mount, so I'm not going to sit here and say which one is better. All I know is I'm really happy with the way these have turned out, because I wasn't sure, you know, before I had heard how brutal the track sport mounts were, and some people were actually taking them off within a week of getting the car, and that's not to say everybody hated them. I know a bunch of people that are still running them, and they absolutely love them. So, you know, everybody's tolerance to vibration is going to be different. I think I probably fall somewhere in the middle. I don't think this is for everybody, but I definitely think that this is no problem for me, and it's not going to be a problem for most people who are serious about really making power and still having a pretty comfortable daily driven car. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna let the car cool off a little bit. I'm gonna head into Walmart, and when I come back out, I will do some pulls. So got a few pulls in. I'm also going to post a quarter mile that I did the other night. I'm going to take one more. I'm going to let the car cool down. Try to get as good of a pass as I can get. But I was just thinking after those pulls driving back that I had totally forgotten that I put the mounts in. So what I believe is going to happen for most people is when they first turn on the car, they're going to feel a little bit of vibration, and it's going to be new to them. And although I really doubt it's going to make anybody say, oh my god, this is unbearable, it's definitely going to be noticeable the first time that you drive the car. But after doing those pulls and driving home, I didn't even notice the NVH whatsoever. I bet after just a couple of days of driving this, it's going to feel stock-ish. Not stock, but Sorry about that. Not stock, but stockish, and that's totally fine by me. To sum up what I think that these mounts, the clientele or the people that 034 was targeting for these mounts, is people who are serious about racing and making power, and also keeping their motor and car safe, their transfer case and their axles and all that stuff, but don't want to sacrifice the daily drivability. That's exactly who these mounts are for. If you tick those boxes and you really love to race and you want to make sure that the engine's not moving around, you're not snapping axles, but you also daily drive it, you want to drive a comfortable car, these are the perfect mounts for you. I really don't think that anybody is going to drive these and find them unbearable. You know, like I said before, I'm not sure that it's for everybody, but I think most people who are really serious about racing their car, or I dare say everyone who's really serious about racing their car, would be totally fine with the little bit of vibration that they feel during deceleration and at idle. Apart from that, I really didn't notice much of any vibration when I'm on the gas pedal, so definitely really happy. I would not change these out or take them out now that I put them in, and not just because the install was hard, but I really am happy I bought them. So I hope that this review has helped somebody out there if they're on the fence about ordering one of these. If you are on the very sensitive side, then you know, maybe you can skip them, I guess. I don't know, but for me, they're totally fine, and I think that probably 90 to 95% of you out there would feel the same way. So buy with confidence. Yeah, so I will post some more videos coming up soon. I'm gonna post some videos of the data for the intake that I'm testing out right now. I'm gonna do a lot more testing, and I'll get some content out, but consider giving me a subscribe, a follow, all that good stuff. And I really appreciate you watching, and I will catch you next time.